Okay, thank you all so much for coming and taking time out of your night to be here. We're also excited to finally introduce us and kind of show what we've been doing behind the scenes for AUW Oregon the past few months. And we really wanted to just host this social media workshop in order to kind of showcase our own social media efforts that we've been doing for AUW, but also kind of share our insights as to why it's so important as a brand to invest in social media and kind of what you can expect to get out of it. So before we get into the nitty-gritty details, I just wanted to introduce everyone. So I'll start. My name is Hannah Hertel. I am the account supervisor for the team. So I have managed this team since October, and it has been such an amazing experience. I've worked really closely with Georgia, and I've learned so much. She's been the best mentor ever. Can't say enough great things about her. Um, but a little bit about me, I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a senior at the UO, and I am majoring in public relations. And then Harper, if you want to introduce yourself.
I'm yeah. Hi, I'm Harper. I'm from Ashland, Oregon. I'm a sophomore and I'm also a PR major.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from Los Angeles as well, and I'm a junior and a PR major.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm from Los Angeles too, and I'm a junior and also a PR major.
I'll just go. I don't know if something's going on with Gabby's mic. I'm Ashley. I am from Portland, Oregon, and I am also a PR major and I'm a senior at U of O.
And then we also have Gabby on the team too. I don't know if her mic's working, Gabby. That's okay. Okay, yeah, so that's the team. And then we also kind of wanted to just explain what Allen Hall PR is, what we are a part of. Basically, it's a nationally affiliated PR agency run by students at the University of Oregon. It really allows students to expand their skills and knowledge in the PR field. It allows them to work with real clients and conduct real PR campaigns for them and allow them to work with clients and maximize their exposure and results for businesses and nonprofits across the nation. We currently have 12 clients with about 6 to 7 students on each team. AUW has actually been a client for 3 years, so we've been working for them for a little bit. And some other clients are UO Softball, Oregon Family Magazine, Chehalem Mountains Winery, and of course, AUW. So, kind of explaining what we do, we have taken over and started to run all of the main social medias of AUW Oregon. We run the Instagram, the LinkedIn, and the Facebook. We post at least 3 times a week on each platform, and we have really tried to cater the content to each platform based on the audiences. Each platform has different audiences and they consume different type of content, and it's really important to know that when you are putting your content out. We also post on different holidays related to the industry and post about upcoming events and opportunities within AUW. We also have curated media toolkits, which we will get into a little bit more of what these are further on in the presentation. But we have sent these out to each branch, so 22 in total. And this the main purpose of it is to basically set each branch up for success when it comes to understanding and conducting PR. You can see it as a library of resources for your different PR and social media efforts.
Me and I work on the newsletter. And so for that, we update members on like what's new with AAUW statewide and nationally. And it always starts with a letter from the AAUW Oregon president. We also research and inform about like upcoming branch events and DEIB events, as well as like public policy updates and legislative news. We also touch on AAUW milestones. Like, for example, in the March newsletter, we're going to talk about the Lilly Ledbetter Act's 15th anniversary. And we also include tips and resources for members like concerning tech, policy, or advocacy. And in the March newsletter, we're going to be highlighting the Work Smart and Start Smart salary negotiations.
So, a little bit on why to invest in social media and why it's important. So, the main two are reach and visibility and brand awareness. A lot of people don't know what AUW is. So, social media gives a good space to allow us to connect with new audience bases, to reach new people, and to help them really understand what AUW is and what we do. And then it also helps with customer engagement and a competitive advantage. So, social media allows us to have that direct communication with our members, with people who are possibly want to be members through our liking, sharing, direct messaging throughout all the different platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So we can directly communicate with everyone who is wanting to learn a little bit more about AUW. It also provides a way to distinguish ourselves from other organizations and really share what's important and unique to AUW. And then finally, it gives us true data to look at to see what's working and what's not, to bring in new members, to reach new audiences. We have all the numbers behind how well our posts are going out, who they're reaching, and how to really expand and reach more people. And we'll kind of go into a little bit more about what that looks like for each platform in the next slide.
Yeah, so to put a little bit more of perspective into what Ashley was saying about data insights, we actually gathered some data analytics from the socials that we run and sort of our impact that we improved on the accounts by investing into social media. So the bar graph that you see on the left-hand side is split up into three categories: Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And the graph indicates the average number of views per month analyzed a month before we took over, and more of a current data set from this past month. So the blue bars display the timeline from September 1st, 2023 to October 1st, 2023. And the orange is more recent timeline, like I said, from January 16th to February 16th of this year. And so the Instagram had about 74 views before and now has an average of about 332 views. For the LinkedIn, it had about 104 views before and now has an average of 506 views. And then lastly, for the Facebook, it had about 109 views before and now has an average of about 1,100. And then something to keep in mind as well is that we grew these platforms over the course of 5 months. So just analyzing it from the start to where we are now is a huge increase. And then just some quick insights that we wanted to highlight were that even though Instagram has more of a smaller margin, it had the most content interaction, which are likes, shares, comments, which were combined of an average of 331 per month. It was an increase of about 1.3K% before. And then Facebook had the most reach, which are views, with 198.1% increase from before. And then lastly, LinkedIn had the most page clicks, which was an increase of about 150% from previous months.
So we just wanted to share with you now how you can take this information moving forward and increase your guys' social media outreach. So a great way to start is by use of our media toolkits, which Hannah discussed a little bit about earlier. So our toolkits contain they're designed to facilitate effective communication and outreach efforts. They contain a variety of materials and resources designed to assist you with engaging with media and raising awareness about causes, events, or initiatives. So what is included in our media toolkits is that we have media lists, which are a way to help you get the word out about AAUW. And it's a list of people where you can reach that include press organizations, media companies, bloggers and writers, and people who would benefit from being in the know about AAUW. These contacts are the people you go to when you want to share exciting news about what you guys are doing, and it creates a domino effect. We also have pitching guides, which help to get the attention of people on your media list. We've created several tools to help you pitch to contacts and communicate effectively. So we have pitch email templates, how-to PR guides, and pitching flowcharts. We also have some helpful slide decks for you guys. One of them is the data analytics slide deck, and it explains how to read and utilize social media analytics. It goes in depth on interpreting analytics, why they can be beneficial, and how to best use the information. Another deck is the Basics of Public Relations and Media Relations deck. This one goes into depth on why public and media relations can help your brand. It provides an overview of essential PR tools, including media lists, pitching, and press releases, and kind of how better to use them. In addition, we have infographics for social media about talking to representatives and discussing gender pay gaps. Information about online phishing can also be found.
Perfect. Thank you, Anna. I am now going to show how you can access these media toolkits. So I'm going to switch over to my Google Chrome, and I'm at the AUW Oregon website. You have to log in as a member because it's given to the members only. And you can scroll down here, and it's right under Leader Resources, top one, Branch Media Toolkit 2023 to 2024. And so basically it is a bunch of PDFs of everything that we just talked about. So here is what a media list looks like, and it's split up by the Oregon branches. We've researched and found different journalists and people in the areas who can write about in your upcoming events and who write about similar types of topics as well. They're not just random journalists. So there's that. And then we also have the data analytics slide that Anna was just talking about. This basically talks about why it's important to look at your analytics and understand your your audience, and strategize how to push your content out to them. This is showing you their age, their gender, where they're from, what time they are on these apps, so you can post at times when people are on the apps. And it also looks at the number of likes, comments, shares, and saves that the posts get, and allows you to know which types of posts are doing better versus other ones. This is an example of a press release template or a media pitch template for an email. This is if you have something coming up in AUW that you really want to get the word out about. You can use these templates to talk to people on the media list to get that word out. This was the basic PR slide deck, just an introduction to public relations, why it matters, what it is, what it's not, what it includes, stuff like that. We've also come up with different infographics, such as how to talk to representatives. As a branch or someone who is investing in the social media, you can post this, you can share this with people who are asking questions, because it breaks it down easier for them to understand. And that's just pretty much an overview of what the Media Toolkit is. It's ever growing. We are still trying to add things and take feedback. We really appreciate feedback as well. So if you have any ideas, please do not hesitate to reach out. I can leave my email in the chat too at the end of this, but we really just want to cater them best to you guys so they can help you in your social media efforts. And then that is the end of our presentation. It was just a quick little one, and we can move into questions now, but we really hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new about social media.
So you said you're ready for questions?
Yes.
Okay. I live in Gresham, and I'm in awe of what you're doing, and congratulations on a great program and informative. Really just wonderful to hear. I knew a little bit about what you were saying before, because I've looked at the website, but not enough. I will definitely go back to the toolkit. Regarding questions, you mentioned early in the presentation, the audiences were different for the different platforms.
Yes.
Could you say a little bit more about that? Which audiences should we be knowing them?
Yes, definitely. So Instagram and Facebook have a conjoined database. It's called Meta, and any business organization using Facebook or Instagram has access to that. And it will show you side by side your Facebook demographics and your Instagram demographics. And that's based on age, gender, where they're living, everything like that. And typically, what we've seen in our research, and which is pretty typical for, I think, most audiences on these platforms, is Facebook has a little bit more of an older demographic, while Instagram has a younger demographic. And those two types of people consume content differently. We aren't posting the exact same thing on Instagram to our Facebook or even our LinkedIn. We really try to talk about the same things, but we cater the posts differently so that someone who is on Facebook isn't looking at content that is like made for Instagram, if that makes sense. Did I answer your question? If not, I could go more into it.
Yeah. It's, I think we knew a little bit of it, and thank you. It did answer my question. I'm wondering if you presenters, if each one of you know about the National Conference for College Women Student Leaders that AAUW runs. And
Oh,
hopefully
yeah.
you're going to apply, or you have plans to apply to attend that in Washington, D.C.
Yes, we
Some,
know
some
all about it. We've posted a lot and a lot about it. It's definitely something we should look into and apply. I agree, because it's a great opportunity. I think we have like around 8 applicants from the UO already, which is pretty good, which is exciting. But yeah, well, I'll definitely look into it personally. I hope everyone else will too.
And there is another opportunity. It's called New Leadership Oregon. It's from the Center for Women's Leadership at Portland State University. And each one of you should take a look at that. It's more local in that it happens here in Portland and Salem, but it's called New Leadership Oregon, NLO.
Yeah, Alice.
My question is, I'm AAUW manager for our Ashland branch. We have 135 members here in Ashland, and very few of them like social media of any kind. They're very educated women, extremely intelligent. A few of them have their own personal Facebook pages, and I've been managing this page now for several years, a few years, I would say. And when I took over, there was no interaction at all. Now I post things like this particular thing tonight was posted, etc. And I'm wondering how I came to this thing tonight, wanting to know how to boost, first of all, interest in social media amongst people in my age bracket, which a lot of our AAUW people are, because working women tend to be a little bit too occupied and busy. How to do that, how to encourage that, and how to encourage, going and seeing there and interacting with the posts. I do tend to get a lot of views, but not too much, likes or comments back. And I do work hard at posting relevant information about women and relevant information about our meetings that are coming up. So that's my question. If it's comprehensible, I hope it is.
No, definitely. I think it is a really valid question. I think a lot of members of AUW can relate to that too, about not an interest in social media. So the first part of your question is how to get them involved. My biggest advice would be asking them what they would like to see, or like what would interest them in social media, because it's not necessarily going on the Meta database to see your audience demographics, but that's still getting to know your audience and knowing what type of content they are most likely to engage with on social media, if they do have it. So I think asking that question of like, what would make you more inclined to participate in social media, and hearing them out, and then kind of taking a step back and be like, okay, this is what they want. How can I post content or like frame it in a way that will attract them? Because it's PR too is really all about how you frame it, and social media is about how you frame it as well. And when it comes to engagement, likes, comments, shares, I think maybe you could show them, I know this Zoom is going to be recorded and uploaded on YouTube, show them a little part of this, and then about like how likes, comments, shares boost your platform. And it's not necessarily like just viewing it. it's still a good thing, but engaging with it
Mhm.
somehow, some way in the social media world makes it go so much farther, and it allows it to pop up on more people's feeds. And the more engagement a post has, the better of a chance people are going to see it. And if you could frame it as a way of helping AUW and your branch to get the like word out about your branch, frame it that way. It's like the more you like, the more you comment, the more people are going to see it, the more eyes on our branch. I think that would be an effective way for.
Yeah, I've done much of that. I've sent out actual notices to people who I know have personal Facebook pages,
Mhm.
and um, they have responded, and some said, please don't send me any more notifications. I just want to look at my personal page.
Mhm.
Others who are my friends, and I say it's really important. It boosts our social media presence. As members of AAUW, we need to have that social media presence. And some just don't trust social media and have
Yeah.
said that to me. And so I think it's kind of a quandary. And I think I'm creative in the way I post things. I don't just copy something and paste it. I never do that. I always try to make it relevant to our local audience. And so I think the fact is that we don't have a big local audience. I do see AAU of W of Oregon or Salem sometimes responding to what I posted. I'm just trying to boost it a little more, and I've tried the things you've suggested, and we'll continue to try those. And just, I think it's mainly a thing of getting people to be engaged with social media in
Yeah.
in this demographic for us here.
Yeah. Trust is.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yes.
No, of course, and thank you so much for asking. I think it is a evolving topic and there's not
Mhm.
one right answer. And my biggest advice is just keep trying, keep trying to be creative because something will stick. And it just might be like the 30th try instead of the first or
Yeah.
second, but
Yeah. I'm
keep
glad to
trying. You're doing a great job.
I'm glad to keep trying. I'm glad it's kind of a fun and creative thing. And
Yeah.
I think, the more we create, the more we might get somebody to jump in and say, yay, yay, thank you. Thank
Hey,
you.
Alice,
So I
I'm looking at your Facebook page and you're doing a really good job.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you
So
very
those of us on here should go and like the
Yes,
Ashland
please.
AUW page and like some of her posts. She's doing a really good job. So I just wanted to acknowledge you there, Alice.
I appreciate it because it's time, it's creative too, but it's also time. The idea is to get more people involved and to promote our branch throughout the state and beyond too, as what I'm hoping throughout our, eh, not only just here in Ashland, but yes. Thank you all. Thank you.
have a
Please
comment.
go.
Hi,
Please go there.
everybody. Hi. To what Hannah said, Marty took my question, and that was to explain the different interests between Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And you did a wonderful job between Instagram and Facebook, and I understand that now. And it's funny because I thought that's kind of what you were going to say. Instagram is a younger demographic and Facebook older, but you didn't mention LinkedIn. And my impression of LinkedIn is that is for job seekers, for people, for companies who are looking for employees, employees that are looking for a job. Is that generally true, Hannah?
Yes. Sorry, I know they are the big three, but when it comes to
Mhm.
comparing, I usually do like instantly go to Instagram and Facebook because they have like the same database. But LinkedIn is great too. We have kind of catered our posting to opportunities based events, highlighting people in the industry, definitely Nick Whistle opportunities because you're right. It is very much job searching, opportunity searching based. And so, like, we really try to push opportunities and like highlight. I guess LinkedIn can also be used effectively to highlight things that AUW is doing. And I definitely think engagement is a huge thing on LinkedIn because if you share something or like something or even like comment on it, it will show your followers that you commented on it. So engagement is really big on LinkedIn and we've really tried to be better about that too. Like even when someone posts on our LinkedIn account, all of us individually going and liking, commenting, resharing, because that pushes it that much further. But definitely LinkedIn is perfect for like job opportunities, internship, like scholarship, like Nick Whistle, different events that could be like really beneficial, stuff like that.
Okay, because I never would have thought about LinkedIn at all. So, but activities and scholarship opportunities, of course, Nick Whistle should be on there big. So, so thank you for the clarification, kind of what I thought, because I hadn't even considered LinkedIn for
I wanna
AEW branches.
stick my 2 cents in. It's
Oh,
not only
please
for
do, Nancy.
yeah, because I can't help it.
You can't
LinkedIn
help
really
yourself.
is not only for people looking for jobs, looking for opportunities. It's people in the workforce communicating with
Yes.
each other, communicating
Mhm.
with people that are maybe at their level in other companies, communicating with people they knew when they worked at whatever,
Mhm.
and they're still. And so my husband communicates mostly on LinkedIn with people that he's retired, mostly with people, and knows what his people are doing, and they communicate and find out, who's doing what. So it's really people in the workforce related, not necessarily just about jobs anymore. It's just not about
Yeah.
finding jobs. It's about communicating with folks that have similar whatevers.
And
Okay.
that goes for nonprofits as well.
Yes,
Keep it in the
definitely.
nonprofit world. And we are
Okay.
a big old nonprofit. And so people talk about things that are other than work related, other than
Okay.
career related. And if we are looking for membership, we are also targeting people that are newly retired, about to retire. So it's the kind of person who has got their intellect running, and they're
Okay.
they're smart, they're vibrant, they're alive, they're really working, they're hard charging. And so we want those people who are on LinkedIn to know us and know about us and what we are and what we promote, and equal pay for equal work, and so it's important that we have a presence on LinkedIn. We're not just a social organization. We're
Oh, of
far
course
from
not.
just that.
No.
And we're
Yeah.
a big
Well,
old
that's good. That's good, Georgia, with regards to the pay gap. That's the perfect place. LinkedIn is the perfect place to talk about the pay gap, because that's all about work or not. People who do volunteer work don't get enough credit for what they contribute, be it pay or not. So, okay, this dialogue is helping
yeah,
me.
and promote WorkSmart.
The Allen Hall team
Mm.
has done a wonderful job about
Mhm.
increasing our presence on LinkedIn.
Okay. This dialogue has helped me understand. Thank you all. Thank you.
So Hannah, I had a question about the images that you all create and post. They're wonderful. You do a brilliant job. How do you create those, and what's the best way for us? Do we share them with our own like Facebook page or Instagram, or what's the best way to utilize what you've done such a brilliant job creating?
Thank you. We primarily use Canva, which is online design website. It's free. It has a lot of amazing templates that you can just literally choose that template, go in, type in your information, and boom, you have a graphic. But we know that can be time consuming, and it's a tiny bit tech savvy. So that's why we've created these infographics. Please feel free to share anything. That's what they're there for. We want you guys to share them because I think in a way it makes information a little bit more like easier to process, and you kind of see it laid out on a screen. And I don't know, personally for me, I think infographics are a great way to like get the important points out, and then you can lead it to a link that will provide more information. So anything that's in there in the media toolkit is free to use. Those are infographics we've created for you guys, but we do use Canva, which is online design website.
So I'm going to ask something I didn't prepare you for. I would love to have you go to the AUW of Oregon website and share your screen and show some of the things, and then show us maybe how we would use what you've created and use it on one of our own Facebook pages for people that don't know. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's answer
Oh,
Randa
wonderful.
first.
Yay.
My only question is probably exactly that. How can we store these things you've already made? How can we find them so that we can use them?
Okay, great question. Good points. Let me share my screen and we can get to that. Let me go to my Google. Sorry, I was stalking the Ashland Facebook and I liked their page. So
Thank you.
I'm following. Okay, let's go to the media toolkit. So let's say you wanted to share the gender pay gap infographic. So it's all here. And then basically what you can do is come up here in the top right corner and press download. And it should pop up right here in the corner of your page and your downloads as a PDF. Now, this may be a little different if you're posting from your phone instead of your computer, but what you can always do is open up this PDF and I can change it to the PDF. Let me do that. So now I'm on this PDF of the infographic and you can share it to yourself. So let's say I wanted to text it to my phone. I can go to messages, send it to my phone, and then upload it that way, if that makes sense. So all of these items in the media toolkit can be downloaded. You can do it from clicking on these three dots with download, or you can share it to yourself. You want to share it or copy the link. But my biggest advice for if you're sharing it on your own social media is going to download it. And let's say you wanted to download a slide deck, but you only wanted a few slides. You can always download it. And then this might be a little tech savvy too, but if you do Shift Command 4, this little on your keypad, Shift Command 4, this little plus sign comes up and I can take just a screenshot of this slide and it will be saved to my computer. So I just have that slide instead of all of them. So that's also another way you can do it, if that makes sense. Does anyone have any questions?
I'm assuming you have a Mac.
Yes, I do have a Mac. It might be different.
That's a Mac thing.
Yes. I know you can screenshot on
Yes, but
other
it's
things
different.
called- yeah, it's a little different. But it's nothing a quick Google search can fix. I literally forget all the time. So I'm always like, how to screenshot on a Mac, and then Google search it. I'm like, oh, those are the keys, and then it's good.
You can also use Snagit to pick it up.
I have one question.
Yeah.
To get to that infographics, I'm on the Oregon website, the Oregon AUW website.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, okay, now I'm there on my phone. Okay. And then what?
So it's going to be under Leaders Resources,
Okay, I'm looking at it.
and it's called Branch Media Toolkit.
Yep, got it.
Then you click on that. It takes you to, it's a Google Drive setup too. So
Yes,
it's just
okay.
Google Drive of PDFs.
I have that exact page. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
So now Hannah
Okay, you
can,
download the PDF and you take a screenshot or not or whatever, and it's on your computer. How do you get it onto your Facebook page or in your Instagram or whatever?
Okay,
That may
so
seem simple, but you didn't tell us how to do that.
that's very fair. So let's go to the AUW Oregon Facebook. Okay, so I'm here. So I want to create a post. And then usually what I do is I send it to my phone and then save it to my phone as a photo, because going to upload from your phone as a photo is easier than getting a PDF on a Mac. I don't know why. It's just easier for me, and even I have trouble with it. So my best advice is saving as a PDF, sending it to yourself, then you have it on your phone, saving it as a photo, uploading it as a photo. If that makes sense. Because you can't, like, it's hard to upload a PDF straight to Facebook or Instagram. On your phone, if you have it saved as a photo, it'll be easier to upload because then you would just click photo, video, add it.
Yeah.
Okay, all righty. Well, and I'm not social media savvy, but I am tech savvy and I'm not afraid to try things. Making a mistake doesn't mean anything to me. There's no mistakes. It's just something that happened, so I could work with that, figure it out. I just wanted you to say, how that, I figured it was an upload, do this, do that. So, okay. Thanks, Hannah.
Yeah, of
If
course.
if you have Adobe software, you can convert the PDF to an image and then upload the image to Facebook from your computer. There are ways.
Hannah, what I was suggesting we also do is go to the AAUW of Oregon website and find one of your beautiful designs and show people how they would get that on their own Facebook page.
Oh, like
in-
different graphics.
Like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think if you click here, you can save this image. So does this come up as save image as? Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
yes.
let's say I saved this image and then I'll say it's AUW graphic. Save it to my downloads. It comes up here. I'm clicking on it and I'm going to share my screen to this one. So now I have just this on my computer and I've saved that graphic to my computer. So, and I just did that on the Facebook by double clicking. So double click,
Okay.
save it to your computer. It's yours to use if you want. Did that make sense?
And you can
Yes.
also just share it from there.
True. Very true. You can also always repost, share things to your story, everything like that.
But people don't know what that means.
Okay, true. Sorry, let me get back to my Google Chrome and then let's say, let me go to Ashlyn's page. Okay, so here is AUW Ashland. This is what Alice runs. She's done a great job. And she took our graphic and put it as her own post. So that's what I just explained. But let's say I wanted to just share this post. You can share it to your page. So it says right here, share now to the public, to your feed, or to your story, which is different because people comes up at the top of people's dashboards. But now it's shared to our story, which if you click here, view story, we've shared this.
Mm-hmm.
So this all counts as reposting and engagement. So since I just reposted Alice's post, she's going to get that engagement of she got a click through and a share.
And yes, I did. And I should also say that I just now shared your post from AAUW Oregon to mine and I pinned it to the top. So you should see it right there about tonight's workshop. I just did what you taught us to do and it works.
Okay, let's look.
I can see.
A novel concept. It worked.
I did it via my phone as I'm watching this. It's amazing.
Look, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. So I pinned it to the top, and if you scroll down, you'll see what I.
Yeah,
put
so
in
this
for
is your
tonight's workshop.
post.
That's what I put in for tonight's, and then yeah,
The shared post.
yeah. Oh, this is wonderful.
Yeah, and then so that's pretty much sharing posts and stuff. It all kind of correlates with each other. Are there any other questions?
I have another question. Are you doing anything on Instagram with Reels?
We have not because I think video content is a little bit different and it's just it's an untapped surface for us. It's not something we can't do, it's just something we haven't done. I think Reels is a great place to share information. It just has to be done in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I think Reels, it's not just creating an infographic and sharing it. It's recording something, explaining something. A lot of times it has to be a recording of something or someone talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different ballpark. It's very doable. We just haven't reached that part of the platform yet, and maybe that's something we can focus on in the future. But Reels are an amazing thing, and I encourage everyone to try them, but it's not something personally we have done yet, but not opposed to.
Well, especially if we could get some leadership of the AUW of Oregon to do some little videos, you could.
Yeah, like little videos or like little clips maybe,
Mhm.
or even clippings from YouTube videos,
Sure.
like Zoom workshops like this. Like that can
Mhm.
be uploaded to a Reel.
I was actually gonna, sorry, jump in on that. I was gonna ask if for the YouTube videos, for those reels, I run the Instagram, it would be helpful if we could get like the downloaded version of maybe some past ones that have, even from national, that have a little bit like heftier of information that we can pull. Because it is really easy to pull little clips and then put those on the reels, but we just can't, we need the downloaded versions of those videos and we can't just pull it directly off of YouTube, if that makes sense. So if we are wanting to get into those and for all the other branches as well, you can take the downloaded videos if you have them and then easily clip them, but we just have to have the actual footage ourselves. Like with this, whoever's downloading it, we could upload stuff from this and whatever we talked about, but we just can't pull it directly off of YouTube and download it, if that makes sense.
Well, Ashley, I'm the one that does all of the YouTube. So not only is it, do I have the ability to download it, I have the video file. We don't even have to go to YouTube. You can look at YouTube and say, I want this clip, and I can just cut it out of my editing software for you.
Okay, amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I can put you two in contact. Are there any more questions?
So do you have any suggestions for branches that are wanting to just get started with social media? And this is all new. And I understand from Alice, I totally understand your members are not interested. The Albany branch, our members are not interested at all either. But really, if we look at the purpose of our social media, not just being for our members, but to be outreach.
Yes.
And yeah, if you can get your members to like things and share things, that helps with your outreach. What are some other things that people can do? I'm changing my question. What are some other things that people can do as far as getting more outreach, do
Are
you
you
think?
talking about outside of social media?
No, outside of AAUW members, because that's the point of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we have tried we've tried to do some like club outreach on campus, different like clubs focused on anything women empowerment related, anything like that. I think it's basically finding and researching, it's all about research, who your views align with, which different brands, organizations, clubs have the same set of values, and not exactly the same, but like similar parallel purposes and missions and visions, and reach out and be like, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do, and we see that like we're very similar. Should we support each other? Or, like, do you mind doing like you share my post and I share your post, something like that. I think that's a great way too. And that can just be through a simple Instagram direct message or Facebook direct message. It's all about kind of looking past your own circle and finding alike groups who you can help boost each other.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
We have on the YouTube channel, Alice and anybody else that's interested, we had a member from Bend a few years ago who was a young woman who was running their Instagram and really highlighted how she was doing that in contacting and connecting with other organizations and following them. And so that's on our AUW of Oregon YouTube channel somewhere. And so you can take a look at that and what she had to say about that, because that's exactly what she was talking about, Hannah. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's a great tip, because we have a local thing called Ashland.news, which is an online news service now. And some of them, they have come on, a few different organizations have come on and responded to our posts. So if we can do that, start a sharing thing like that, that'd be a real good way to reach out.
Yes.
Anybody have any other questions?
I do, and it's I'm wondering about if you're finding Facebook or Instagram effective for advertising events. A lot of our branches have guest speakers, a few times a year that are really good and like to invite the general public. And when I'm looking at Facebook myself, I often find that what I'm seeing is after an event's happened. So I'm wondering if that's even an effective avenue to try.
I think so, yes. I think what we've learned is you can't just post once about it and then be like, okay, I promoted it. Hopefully people come. You have to continue the effort. Like we for so many different things, but I would say mostly for Nick Whistle, like continuing to post about that, keep it on the audience's radar because they're going to see it one time and be like, okay, but then they see it a second time, like, oh, I've seen this before. Maybe they're more inclined to look at it. I feel like we've had a pretty successful experience in promoting on Instagram. Facebook is great because you can post links right into the posts of like registration, like this is where you can learn more about it. And same with LinkedIn. Facebook and LinkedIn are the same way. Instagram, it's a little bit harder because you can't do a hyperlink in the comments, but you could always put the link in your bio and say link in our bio, stuff like that. We have had success with it though, and I think it is worth it. I just think you have to, it's a continuous effort.
Okay, thanks.
And also, people aren't seeing it. I mean, people are on at different times. Things are in their feeds at different times. So posting stuff or sharing stuff more than once in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like maximize the amount of people that can see it. It's always the goal. Any other questions?
I just want to say that you ladies have done an incredible job creating amazing content. I'm not on Facebook and Instagram as much as I used to be, but whenever I am and I'm seeing your stuff, I mean, it's like, yay! You really are doing a great job on our behalf, and I just can't thank you enough.
Thank you guys so much. It means a lot, and I'm so happy we were able to get on this Zoom and have really productive conversations about it and be able to learn from each other, because that's what it's all about, is sharing experiences, learning from each other, seeing how we can better one another's social media efforts.
I have one other question,
Yeah.
if I may, about boosting on Facebook. There'll be something that always asks me when I put a post about an upcoming meeting or a speaker we're going to have. Would you like to boost this? And I think there's a charge attached to that.
Yes.
It tells me that I'll reach a much wider audience if we boost it. We don't have a budget to boost, but how does that work? Or can you just in a nutshell?
That is kind of paid placement into your feed. So they're wanting you to pay the price. So you're almost like paying for a spot on people's social media pages. It's like I can be going through my posts and then it'll be like paid sponsorship. And if you had paid for that post, it would come up. And it can be effective, but I think natural boosting through engagement is just like traditional PR and marketing through social media. And it has worked for so many companies, and paid advertisements are great and they would definitely help boost you, but it's not something that like, if you didn't have it, you couldn't get the word out about. And if you don't, like, it's not necessary, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The other thing is it's kind of complicated and it can be expensive if you don't know what you're doing.
That's what I was figuring. Yes. I just thought of that was another option that I'm not going there, but it continues to come up every time I post. I
will tell you, Alice, you have one of the premier Facebook marketing gurus has moved to Ashland in the last 6 months, or last summer or last fall. I don't remember when she moved there. And so if we need to, I'll just find out where she lives and send you there, because she's awesome.
Please, because I love it. I have a personal page and I love doing this, but I want to boost the audience. Yeah.
Okay. Her name is Mari Smith, Mari. Smith. Find her on Facebook. She teaches for Facebook.
Oh, wow.
She's huge. Yeah. She lives up in the hills outside of Ashland.
Okay, well, I'll look for her. Thank you, thank you.
And I'm glad to see Monica here, Monica Wahey, because Medford has just started there in the last few months. Medford has started their Facebook page. And so they wanted to get going. And I want to thank Hannah and her team, because this is the first time that I've had a chance to see them all in person. They do a fantastic job. I will tell you that the Ellen Hall teams every year have gotten better and better and taken on more and more. And they have taken getting our name out, AAUW of Oregon, they've taken getting our name and our presence out into public media so far, and done a lot for not only our state organization, but they have helped our branches too. And so thank you very much, Hannah. Thank you, team. Erin, and did you tell them the sad news or happy news?
Sad/happy news. The University of Oregon is on the quarter system, and I graduate at the end of winter quarter. So this is like my last few weeks as account supervisor, but Erin, our lovely, lovely, lovely account executive, is taking my position, and she's going to be the most amazing account supervisor ever, and I can't wait to watch her through the role. So I'm passing on, it's like a changing of the guards, but I think it will be an amazing opportunity for her. So, yeah.
You have done a really great job, Hannah. So thank you very much. And thank you for doing this before you run away, huh?
Yeah, Hannah, I hope you've taken your Start Smart workshop.
I know. I want to somehow like push it out to our entire PR firm. Like everyone should do it. But yeah, thank you all so much. And thank you again for your time. And yeah, I feel like if that's it, we can wrap up.
Could we have Erin's email address too? Because we may not get to this for a while.
So true. Erin, do you want to drop it in the chat?
Yes, I can totally drop it, my email.
Yeah, anything going forward, if you want to just put me and Erin on it so it keeps her in the loop, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you forget, it's okay. I'll probably just forward it to her anyways, so she knows. But yeah.
And they truly do want to know, get feedback from you on the media toolkit, especially contacts, local newspaper contacts, local media contacts, because that's always changing.
Yeah, definitely. If you have anything you guys want to see or think could be helpful, let us know. We'll see how we can adapt to it and put it out for you guys.
You know, I've been getting a conversation with Marty and Maharg and talking about walking through the media toolkit. I mean, step by step by step. Do this, do this, do this. When you have this going on, do this. And so I'm not asking you to do that tonight, but I'm asking you to consider maybe we would do another one of these and you know, take it even more basic.
Yeah.
You folks know what you're doing, and it's, you know, you're in PR, and this is kind of, you know, this is how, you know how it works. But those of us in the trenches, that may be needing to walk through a little more step by step.
No,
Well, I would think maybe so, since they're, you know, we're not really seeing any presidents, hardly any, you know, presidents or PR people from the branches attending. So either they're not interested, or they don't understand, or they don't know how to work with it or something, because obviously this sounds like a wonderful tool.
Well, as you go back to your branches, then let your presidents know.
Planning to pitch at our next, I was just emailing Randa and saying, texting Randa and saying, you know, let's get together so that we can maybe put a little pitch on to our board meeting about this, because our branch sadly needs PR right now.
And in fact, in Grants Pass, Grants Pass changed its communication VP job description to make it communication/PR because PR is so important.
Yeah, a lot of titles are shifting into adding PR in the title.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys all so much again. Appreciate every one of you, and I hope this was helpful.